Welcome. I ask that you please take a seat and we'll get started in just a moment. You ready? Okay. Good morning and welcome. My name's Michelle Watkins. I'm District Engineer with MoDOT, and I ask that you please begin today by standing as the colors are presented by members of the JROT from Boone Slick Educational Center. Roth will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. You may be seated. Thank you. 64 years after the first vehicles moved across this two-span truss bridge over the Missouri River near Rocheport, we gather again to celebrate the new two expanded bridges connecting Missouri and the nation. The original 3,018-foot bridge was built in 1960. More than 37,000 vehicles and 8,800 commercial vehicles cross the bridge every day. In 2018, the bridge was dedicated to Leon DeRapp Memorial Bridge. Several members of the DeRapp family are with us today, including parents Dale and Sam DeRapp's, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews. Ask that the DeRapp's family please stand. Thank you. Even with a major rehabilitation in the 1990s, MoDOT maintenance crews were being deployed frequently to make repairs on the bridge and the joints to the bridge. On the bridge, traffic for hours of delay. This wouldn't just disrupt commercial motor vehicles, but just average citizens trying to get to jobs, to get their kids to soccer games, and even visiting loved ones. MoDOT worked with local communities and elected officials to develop and fund a plan to replace the single bridge which carried 2 lanes of traffic in each direction. $20 million project built twin structures that can carry 3 lanes of traffic in each direction, providing coast connections for the nation. I would like to acknowledge the efforts of the current and past Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission and recognize those who were able to join us today. Here today, former Commissioners Tom Water and Brian Treese, current Commissioner Greg Smith, and speaking Transportation Commission Chairman Dustin Boatwright.
Well, good morning. What a beautiful day. I'm going to start off with 3 facts. It is 600 miles from in this country. Fact. Second fact, there's 30 to 50 million tons of freight that comes across this corridor each and every year, which is incredible. Former Senator Blunt, I've heard him say this numerous of times over the last 15 years or so, that all modes of transportation are right in our back door here in Missouri. We have river, we have rail, we have our roadways, and we have our airports that come together and provide opportunity for those who live and work in this state. One thing I want to talk about today is what it takes, how big thought becomes reality. 3 key things to make this happen. Number 1, leadership. Number 2, the investment and the funding done. And number 3 is delivery. To have a MoDOT team that can execute. We're also blessed to have the engineering consultants and the contractors that just absolutely knows how to get work done in this state. Second, I want to talk about the investment. The Focus on Bridge program, the Buck O'Neill Bridge that we just had a ribbon cutting for, and then this Lance Corporal Leon Durap's Memorial Bridge. These are all examples that have paved the way for the big investment that we have on this I-70 corridor. And to do that, it takes not only the local partnerships, and in this case, on this particular bridge, the local investment. We had Boone and Cooper counties that invested in this. We had the city of Columbia and the city of Boonville to make this happen, which is absolutely incredible. The state, having the bonding capability, having the investments that the Missouri General Assembly has put forth in the last several years, have really brought to life this big investment on this I-70 corridor. And at a federal level, we have our federal stakeholders here today, Sam Graves being the chair of T&I, and all of the folks that it took, former Senator Blunt and all of the folks that were involved to make this funding happen. Really a big deal for the state of Missouri. And lastly, I want to talk about leadership, and specifically a visionary. And it's because of this man's leadership. So it's my privilege and honor, Governor Mike Parson.
And good morning, everyone. Tell you what Elizabeth Taylor told her 7 husbands. Won't be keeping you long. It's kind of brisk out here this morning, but thanks everybody for being out. What a great day for Missouri. To be the first stage, I want to say, doing this bridge and what it's going to mean to the future of Missouri. I had a chance to meet some of the kids up here on the first row, And I want you kids to know one thing. This is not about any of us old people. This is about for you and how life is going to be better for you someday. But I got a lot of thanks I want to do real quick today. One, I want to thank Senator Blunt. I know he's not here and he's no longer a U.S. Senator, but he was a huge part of making this happen in Washington, D.C., and I want to thank him for his work. I want to thank Congressman Graves for what he did and to be able to make sure we get things back home that really makes a difference in people's lives. So I want to thank Congressman Graves to be able for today. I know a lot of you are sitting down, but I want to ask you to get up one more time here in just a second. And maybe because I'm a former veteran of the United States Army, but anytime we have our servicemen and women that sacrifice everything for all of us, it is a huge day for this family, and it's a huge day for Missourians to honor people like Corporal DeRaps and what he did for this country. So could you all please just rise and show your respect and give a round of applause for the family and Corporal DeRaps. Thank you so much. Now, the people that normally don't get to be on center stage, but I want to give a big shout out to all of them and their families also. I want to thank all the people here today that's wearing those jackets, those safety jackets, that work for MoDOT, that normally not up here on the stage, but they're out there alongside them highways and roads, making this state a better place. And I want to thank all the men and women that work day in and day out for MoDOT. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies. I also want to thank my MoDOT commissioners that I've had the honor of appointing, many of them that are here today, and the work that they've done over the last 6.5 years since I've been governor. I mean, what an opportunity in state to be able to do that. I want to thank them for all their hard work and for serving as commissioners of this state that is here today. And I also want to thank the General Assembly for having a vision like I had moving forward, that we could do things like this. For the first time in our state's history, when I was governor, we used general revenue to start funding projects like this. And we didn't always wait on the federal government to do things. It's time we took the lead and did our own building in the state of Missouri. And I want to thank them for seeing that vision and seeing what the result of that is today. So thank all you men and women that are here today. Next, I want to thank the guy that's going to be taking over here in about 30 days or so. As I like to tell him, there's a new sheriff coming to town, so it's time for me to go home. But I am so excited for the lieutenant governor to be here today, and I am so happy and proud of him to be the next governor of the great state of Missouri. But last but not least, I want to thank all of you that are here today, and just everyday people that understands the importance of our state and what it is to build the future. Infrastructure and workforce development is not about politics. It's about making it better for the next generations. And what we're here today, you're going to see history be made for the next 100 years before we have to talk about this bridge again. That's the importance of why we're here today and why you do things that's going to make a difference. To do a $240 million project on our own, basically, and with the help of the federal government, the local levels. But at the end of the day, that's what we all should be doing in government, is working together to make things better for everyday people. This is a perfect example for what leadership should be for today and what it should be for tomorrow. Again, thank you all for being here, and probably for the last time at a MoDOT event, I just want to tell you what an honor and privilege it has been to be the 57th governor of the great state of Missouri. God bless you, God bless Missouri, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you, Governor, for being here. I think Elizabeth Taylor was some of her husband shorter than your speech, possibly. A lot of credit has been given to all the people who have been such a major part of this project. I'm not going to go back, but I do want to say to my friends Dale and Sandy, they're an inspiration for me on what we can do for our heroes across the country and specifically in our area. And they're good friends of mine, and I know it's tough, but I couldn't be happier for you and your family to make sure we never forget the sacrifices we've made. To my fellow highway commissioners, state reps, senators, all the people who had the vision to follow Governor Parsons' leadership, along with our federal delegation and our local community input to make this happen is incredible. When I was on the Highway Commission from 05 to 10, we wanted to get this bridge built, but quite frankly, there was no way to find the resources and the innovation to get it done. It's sorely needed. It's part of an incredible corridor, as Chairman Boat had across our state. Incredible opportunities for families all across Missouri, and you just don't realize what a key piece this is going to be to what our infrastructure system looks like in the future. So I am grateful to be a small part of it. I'm humbled to be able to follow somebody who has been such a leader in making sure our state's infrastructure system is secure and safe for families, and Governor Parson. I'm thankful for his leadership. We're just filling in the gap as we go forward and can provide opportunities for every one of you.
From Senator Hawley's office. Senator Eric Schmidt's office. And was a key piece of the funding for the bridge that we're here celebrating.
Remember another exciting day, going back a few years when Congressman Graves received notification from then DOT Secretary Chow and President Trump that they were going to award the infra grant for this project, and what a game changer it was. And so here we are today, and this like this without everybody coming together to make this happen. And so I want to say thank you, certainly on behalf of Congressman Graves, to Governor. There was a day not so long ago when we were trying to get things like this done. This project for sure, but many states, and yet that infra grant was able to not only do this or help get it started, but to do other bridges around the state and to kickstart the Focus on Bridges program. And so, again, thank you to the governor for your leadership and your partnership with Chairman Graves and the rest of the federal delegation on so many other. Thankful for what's happening today. Looking forward to working together to improve our infrastructure across the state of Missouri. Thank you.
Would also like to recognize the state legislators joining us here today. Their efforts last year in supporting Missouri's infrastructure are historic. I'd like to recognize Senator Caleb Rowden, Representative Tim Taylor, Representative Willard Haley, Representative Jim Schulte, Representative Chris Sander, and Representative Curtis Gregory. Senator Denny Hoskins. This project would not have been possible without cooperation and contribution from local communities. Our Boonville Mayor, Columbia Mayor Barbara Buffalo, Boone County Commissioners Kip Kendrick and Janet Thompson, County Commissioners George Monk, Charlie Melkersman, and Danny Long. Thank you very much. Finally,
I want to know how important this bridge is. Every one of these trucks that rolls by here has the economy of the nation in the back of it. So they're just telling you when they honk, hey, we appreciate what you're doing and keep going. And we're going to do that. So you've already heard about all the work, Nate. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that had to happen to make this happen. And that was a team of folks that came together to actually build this bridge. So we had a great team were the partnership that got this done. And I'll have to say they did it under pretty interesting circumstances. We had high water, we had low water, we had a wildfire that shut down construction. So through all of that, what a talented team it took to bring this to where we are today. And I just want to recognize that team and then the MoDOT team that really managed all of that through this project. So let me recognize Brandy Baldwin as our first project director. She's back there somewhere in the yellow. Mike Shoup took over as our project director and is going to finish the project. Derek Lepper. Derek, where are you? Raise your hand. Nicole Samer is on this project and on the I-70 project on the other side of town. And then the last man standing that's going to finish this project for us is Andrew Bartles. Andrew, where are you at? There he is in the back. So it's been 64 years since we last gathered to celebrate a new bridge. And let's thank all of the men and women that have constructed this project and are going to continue to work on this in the coming months. Let's give all of them a round of applause. And so while you're out here, you better take some pictures because you're not going to be on this bridge for probably another 100 years. So this is a pretty big occasion. So let me invite all of the partners. So I'd like to invite our legislators, our Cooper County and Boone County commissioners, the mayor of Booneville, the mayor of Columbia, Dale and Sandy DeRaps to join us up here with the governor as we cut the ribbon on the new Lance Corporal Leon DeRaps I-70 Missouri River Bridge. So come and join us and we'll get this thing going.